Hi guys, the question on the screen is question number 12, and question is direct question. It is not a very complicated question. See the language of question here. You have to assess the role of British imperial power in complicating. Complicating means some delaying or making it complex. The process of transfer of power during 1940s. Question is, I think the meaning is very clear. You have to identify that in 1940s, by which efforts Britishers had attempted to delay, or you can say to make further more complicate the process of transfer of power. So here we can say like this. In the first para introduction, we can put this point that British policy makers, they always try to serve their vested interests in India. When the Second World War got triggered in 1939 and Congress had resigned in the October 39 in the 8 provinces, it became very challenging for the Britishers how to stabilize the Indian political scenario, because this World War was really an eye-opener for the British. They were facing tremendous defeat in the first phase. So after the Second World War got started, in the first phase, Britain was having tremendous pressure at the hands of the right-wing forces. Simultaneously, India, the situation was becoming very volatile. Congress had resigned in October 39, and now British policymakers, they are trying to divert the attention of the Indian leaders. They are trying to further complicate. They are trying to further delay the Indians' transfer of power or demands of independence. To see how, it means in the first para we can put this point. British policymakers decided to complicate the Indian affairs in 1940s because Congress had resigned by that time in the 8 provinces. Their motive was to divert the attention of the Indians and make the independence a more complicated affairs in that decade. See how. Now we can come to the main body, that is para number 2. We can say like this, by these efforts, first is August offer, 1940. The Viceroy announced he is trying to divert the attention of Indians from the core issues. First time he had claimed that Indians or Indians will make their own constitution, but after the end of the war. The first time a promise is made by the Indians demanding the making of constitution by the Indians, but after the war. First time they had made such a promise, it signifies some type of virtual independence. They are giving a message of virtual independence so that they can divert the attention of the Indians from the core demand of independence. Secondly, we can say, then we have Cripps Mission, March 1942. It was sent by the under pressure of President of USA, Roosevelt. But again here, Cripps report was simply the modified version of August offer, nothing new. It was simply a polished version of August offer. Again the same thing was commented in a polished way, that Constitution of India will be framed by an assembly consisting of Indians, but after the end of the war. It also provided that British government shall never accept such a constitution which does not give adequate safeguard to the minorities. It means they are trying to divert the situations. They are trying to make the situation more complicated. or you can say more complex, but it is the same. So August offer, TRIPS mission, and then it is Shimla Conference, June 1945. The Wavell announced a historic offer at Shimla that he is going to expand his executive council consisting of Hindus and Muslims, and thereby he had recognized that the Muslim League is the only delegate, Muslim League is the only representative of the Muslims of India. But Congress declined to accept it, and hence we can summarize in the way that all these offers or all discussions clearly proves that in 1940s government was trying to complicate or make the situation more complex from independence. Okay guys, the question is complete now. We can move towards the next question here.